And we are back. Baldur's Gate 3. Made some slight adjustments to our characters' inventories. So the main thing was for Shadowheart. So we got Kethric's Shield on here. +1 bonus spell save DC and attack rolls, and then Shield Bash. You know, pretty straightforward stuff. Still have Thalar Ali. Other than that, now has the Dark Justiciar helmet. Wielder has a +1 bonus to saving throws against spells. And then while obscured, so if we keep her, you know, kind of shadowy, the number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1. So we lost the little getting some extra healing for Shadowheart when she heals someone else. Otherwise, Karlach now has the Haste Helm, because she was wearing the Dark Justiciar helm. Now has the Haste Helm. Otherwise, I think that's the main thing, other than I looked through all the different weapons and decided, you know, this will be the better setup for right now. Cleaned up the inventories just a touch. And there we go. So now, we are in.
Wretched thing.
Thank you.
Pull yourself together.
Okay. We're in Act 3. Properly.
Need to find a way forward.
The city is close now. My former peers will be watching, no doubt.
Indeed.
Waiting for my return.
We're going to have to...
We should do what we can to find them.
We're going to have to...
what they know could help us.
We're going to have to dismiss Shadowheart. Sort of, temporarily. Alright, we got Greater Healing Potion. Who would need that? Let's see. Karlach's got 6. Shadowheart's got 4. Everyone else has got 5, so take that over to Shadowheart to even things out. A few backpacks, of course. Superior Healing. Well, let's see. Everybody has got either 1 or 2, so Karlach, you can have this one. Excellent. Another backpack. Oh wait, that's the same one. This backpack. Nothing. Some boots. And I think we're okay there. Let's come on down. Let's see, what's going on here? Okay.
Excuse me. I can't find my mum.
We can be a ranger for a second. Tell me where she went, little one. I can try tracking her down.
She went looking for herbs. That's what she said. Said it was for the spots. She had them all in her hands and face. She said she wouldn't be gone long. But that was a whole 10 days ago.
The herbs you know for salving sores would take effect immediately. It seems unlikely this child's mother will return.
Well, think your mum's gonna be gone for a while. Maybe best find somewhere safe to stay?
It does get quite cold out here. I'll have another look for her first. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Alright, we have made it to Rivington. We also have tadpole stuff to look at as well. All kinds of yaps going on. Alright, what am I looking for? Black hole is the one. Who do we want to have black hole? So like I said before, we definitely want that. Alright, displace would need to get us there. Or potentially psionic dominance. Or maybe how about Gale? Karlach's hesitating, of course.
How many died today?
Now, Terry, we'll get you. So we can get to Black Hole. There we go. We can push anyone or anything back 20 feet if we want to. Sure, why not? Terry is invested. Okay. So now, lots of people, lots of conversations. But before we head over here to this area, we want Shadowheart to not be with us. I definitely remember that. But we should be able to come over here and talk to people.
The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Danuvia! Get these spotters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
Let's see. Calm down. Tell me what's going on.
I just want to remove these unlawful interlopers from my property.
None of this would have happened if you had a butler manning the house. I'll say that because that's funny.
Look, I have some very valuable components in there. I need to get that lot out before they damage something.
Well, mind if I take a look?
Who do you think you are? Zenobia? People are lining up to break into my property. Do something about it.
You paid us to protect you and your high-quality merchandise on the road. And we've since arrived at our destination. As I said, anything else is extra.
This is the last time I hire someone from the guild. Fine. Here's the extra. Finish the job. Please show this meddler some of that famous Rivington hospitality.
All right. Bit of a fight against 4 people. So, Terry up first, of course. I don't think we can sneak attack. Well, no, we can. We can sneak attack. So Zenovia's got 95 health. Dimples, 62. Scarpers, okay, level 8. And then this one, Gleeful, is only 70. So we're gonna go for the big bad first. Look at the Far Realms now. And let's get our Dread Ambusher. No thanks. A regular attack. No thanks. And then 1 up slice. No thanks. Now we're invisible. Let's get kind of over here in the shadow areas. And Terry does what Terry does.
Good.
Alright, now Karlak, I forgot. Keep forgetting the Eldritch Knight thing of, you know, making the weapon bound and whatnot. That's okay. We might, I mean, we get more damage throwing, but we might just be able to do some regular attacks. Do some fire. Some smitings. A little lacerate, maybe? We'll save the rage for now. Let's counterspell and psionic backlash that. Thank you very much. Ah, a fellow barbarian. All right, Shadowheart. Let's get 1. Let's get that sword singing. Come over here and kind of help Shadowheart a little bit. Let's see. Increase your armor class by 2. We don't really need that currently, so we'll just hang out. Gale, on the other hand. Let's see. We can do a wall of fire if we wanted. I'm not expecting any other fights soon, so we could twin haste. Karlak. No. We'd have to come over this way a bit.
Too close.
Now twin haste Terry and Karlak. Okay. As far as what else can he do? Not enough movement to attack anyone else currently. So we're chilling. Dissonant Whispers. Oh. Counterspell did not work. That bard could be a problem. Alright. So we're gonna go after that bard. Let's see. Reduce movement speed. I'm not too worried about that. Just do a regular attack. And miss. A regular attack. No thanks. There we go. Back to being invisible. Now, if we fly, we can get a little height. Okay. Go after... There we go, the one next to Karlak. Sweet. Alright, Karlak. Throwing. They're too heavy to throw, that's okay. Go ahead and throw... not the returning pike, no thanks. We do Soulbreaker. Stun him. Nice. What else can we do? Reckless. Nice. And a regular. And a crit. And a regular. Get those extra attacks because we were hastened by Gale. Now, well, not enough resources for an action, so let's take our bonus action surge here. Radiant slashing. Do a regular attack. Oh, that's from there. I didn't realize I was just going to stand. I clicked the wrong thing. That's okay. And then, you know what? Give him a pommel strike. Bip! Daze him.
Can't give up. Not now.
Let's... We're gonna save the spells for now? I think so. Over here.
Straight true.
Right.
A rough tempest I will raise.
Gale. You know what? Oh. There we go. Well, I was gonna try to get everyone to not come up here with us. Oh, there's a ladder there.
If not over, then through. Yes?
Gale, why don't you come on down, buddy?
Let's get going.
And then Terry.
Another step forward.
There we go. Alright, group up. And to some wares, thank you very much.
What's inside?
Alright. Take that gold. That can go to our wares. Rest can stay. Little wine can go to camp. Basic poison, we'll leave it. Alright, now let's talk to... Well, there, our hasten makes us incapacitated once it goes away for a little bit. There we
I
go.
have something to ask.
All right. You won. You won. What more do you want from me?
Let's see. I'll deal with your squatters. Just make sure you have your purse ready.
Duh. But if that's what it takes to get them out of my house, fine. Get on with it.
Yes, get on with it. Alright. Talk to him.
I see those animals are out of the picture. Can we stay now? Or are you going to turn us next?
Well, We could give him 100 coin. We could try to intimidate. That's fine, but we may be able to make some coin back. So take this coin, find a safe house in the city. You don't want mercenaries near your kids.
I don't want to take charity from some stranger. But I will. For the sake of my daughter, thank you. We'll get going as soon as we've got our things together.
Okay. Now.
Finally, those awful squatters are gone. I can feel everything unclenching already. I've got so much to do now, I'd really better get on with it. Excuse me, would you?
Well, I was hoping for some money.
Look, I really don't have time to chat. I'm sure you can find someone less busy to listen to you somewhere.
I don't care what his plans are. Okay, we'll leave. Alright, so for the next part, Shadowheart, you can stay there. And I can't remember if we need a lot of persuasion or anything like that, so I don't want Gale to do the talking, so just in case, I'm going to leave Terry behind here as well.
Seek and you shall find me.
Alright, let's grab a short rest. Alright, it's coming right down this way.
No, we pay taxes for you to protect us, not these intruders.
Yeah, this Ferg over here, if you have Shadowheart with you, is one of the people that's looking for her, if I remember correctly.
Let us confer.
I took you for one of them for a moment. The refugees, that is. You're a recent arrival for sure, still bearing dust from the road. But you have something they lack. Dignity. These wretches have nowhere to call home, nothing to live off but what they carry, and nobody to help them but themselves. And me, of course.
Yeah, sounds lucrative.
Indeed. You'd be shocked by the sort of things they bring with them. Gold and jewels, they can't easily exchange. Heirlooms, rarities, sentimental items, even cremation urns. Alas, you cannot eat grandmother's ashes, nor can you easily trade a golden candelabra for a bowl of soup. That is where I come in. Liquidity. Their heirlooms for my gold.
Okay. Well, sounds like you got wares for sale. Mind if I, take a look? Okay. He's got it like a secret stash, if I remember correctly. This Dwarven Thrower, though, might be helpful for Karlach, because it will return. So it deals an extra 1d8 bludgeoning damage. If the target is large, huge, or gargantuan creature, the strike deals an additional 2 to 16 bludgeoning damage. So if I switch to Karlach, so we would do overall a little less damage than our great sword, and we'd lose initiative. So maybe it's not the best, at least currently. Otherwise, elemental slaying. Just sell the wares for now, of course. Okay, we'll get back to Gale. Let's see. What do you do with all the goods you're acquiring?
There is an enterprise within the city that I help to support. I know I said I wasn't given to charity, but this place is dear to my heart. I'd tell you more, but they value discretion above all, as do I.
We can try to persuade. It isn't just about gold for you, is it? There's more to this than you're letting on. And we get plus 12. Alright. We'll just leave it at that. Boom. Oh, rolled the 18. Get that plus 12 up to a 30. Let's go.
You're like a dog with a bone, aren't you? Perhaps you are cannier than I first gave credit to be. I have some very special wares reserved for exclusive clientele.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I think you've earned a peek.
Thank you. Alright, show me the wares. Alright, now we get the extras. So there's all kinds of oils and whatnot. Extra arrows, which cool. Some extra scrolls. Now we've got the Cold Snap, Dwarven Thrower, Hellrider Longbow. But now we get Sithon? Great Axe. Robe of Supreme Defenses. So while you're concentrating, you add your spellcasting ability modifier to your saving throws, gain a +1 armor class. And there's Nymph Cloak, which gets Dominate Person. Could be interesting. I'm trying to think if this robe is what I want. We don't really concentrate that much. But the cloak... I think we leave it for now. Because the main thing I would want out of this is that robe for Gale. But like I said, we don't... Well, hold on. I wish I could... No, we can look. Let me... leave for right now. Go to our spell book. Let's see. Concentrating on haste. So we could be doing that a bit more. I got Alt-Tab there. Alright, let's talk to him again.
Welcome. You see to peruse the special goods, I take it.
Yep, show the wares. Okay, so if we look at this robe. Let's compare it again. +1 spell save. +1 bonus to AC. And saving throws as long as they have lightning charges. Which, because of our spell sparkler, whenever we deal damage with a spell or cantrip, we gain lightning charges. But I'm concentrating. In Act 3, I do want to hasten people more. But I think there's going to be another robe later on, if I remember correctly, we're going to get. So I'll leave that be. Let's look at some of these. Become blinded, accuracy, bane. Okay. Nothing I want currently. That's fine. But for the sake of advancing the story, let's get the others back over here.
I'm not paid.
Young lady, Shadowheart, a word if you... We pay taxes for you to protect us, not these
I want to have a word.
intruders.
I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight.
Our hearts bleed for you. Get to the point.
There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
I'll let Shadowheart handle it.
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form of doing so, after all.
And then he leaves. So that's why if you want those robes of supreme defenses, don't have Shadowheart with you, pass the dialogue checks, and all that. Alright, otherwise, I think there's some stuff we can look at. Back over this way. I just don't think there's anything major over here, but there is a little interesting activity over this way. So we can head on down. Mattis.
You did me a real favor clearing all those ghouls out of Moonrise. That old bonebag Ketherick had some fancy junk stashed behind all the cobwebs and piles of gore.
Well, how about you show me these fancy items you have to offer? Anything magical?
Would I try to fool a sharpie like you? Have a look.
All right. Now, cunning broom. Disengages. Corvid token. While wearing the amulet, the wearer's jump and flying speed increase. They gain Featherfall. Condition. Featherfall's effect will persist while they're polymorph or wild shape. And they can polymorph into a raven. That's interesting. Oil combustion. I will definitely want one of those. Thank you. Some darkness arrows. Fishing rod of alertness. Let's see. Otherwise, weapon, unarmed attacks. So if we are more of a monk character, I mean, well, surrounded. So one, who's really in the fights, and monks definitely would be. None of our characters are really going to do that. We're a bit more ranged when I remember to do things. Some arsonist's oil. We'll take some of that. Anything to help fire. Okay. Ah, me, the holy version of me. I mean, we're going to take it just for collecting. We're not going to use it, though. Gain an additional level 4 spell slot. That could be useful for Gale, so why not? And I think that'll be good for now. Wares, we're good on.
Stay away from trapped chests.
Good call. Speaking of when we remember to throw things, get our bound weapon. Okay, now, other than talking to Mattis,
very well.
We can try to browse around this place a little bit.
You, turn around and toddle your way right back out of here. Everything in this barn has been donated for the refugees, not you. Now piss off.
Let's see. Sorry, didn't realize.
You sure? This lot have been through enough without your ignorance. Now are you going to clear off or not?
Well, I'd like to make a donation to the refugees, actually.
Guess you're not all bad. Give it here and I'll make sure it's kept safely with the other donations.
And let's see if we can persuade. I'd like to take donation to the barn myself. We only get +8. We need to get a 20, so some guidance, hopefully. Nice. Let's go.
Well, if you must, I suppose it saves me the walk. But if you're gonna do it, hurry up.
Will do. All right. Now, around here, there's some various stuff. I'm just looking around to get the map kind of filled in a little bit. Remove the fog of war. But over this way... Oink. Over this way, though, there is some interesting things we may be able to perceive. Or may not. Let's find out. Yep. Investigate suspicious toys. So let's hide all of our completed stuff. Let's look at this. So we found toys filled with explosives in the requisition barn donation stockpile. We should find the culprit. Intrigue abound, dear readers. Let me just get all of these picked. Alright, so we can try to disarm this. It requires 20. Our bonus is 14 currently. Let's get a little extra. Right away. Boom. We rolled a 5. Who cares? 22.
What in Helm's most holy name are you doing here, citizen?
I just wanted to see what was inside this barn.
And I just want to see what Manet Nestor has to say to you. Come on, with me.
What are you? Explosives? In toys? You have 2 seconds to explain yourself before you're under arrest.
Yeah, I found a load of toys, toy bears rigged to explode. Don't worry, I disarmed them.
What? Those are children's toys. Which means if a child had picked one up... I don't want to think about it. How do I know you're not the one who planted those explosives?
Let's see. We try to deceive, sent by the council. Why would I disarm my own explosives? I just want to find whoever's responsible. I mean, that makes sense as well. Alright, we don't have the best bonus to this. But we rolled 19. Boom. We are on today. Clackety, clackety, clack.
Alright, I guess it can't hurt. I'll check up on the rest of the goods. You try and find whoever is responsible for this.
Will do. Okay. Now, if we try to look in all of this stuff at stealing,
No such luck.
and currently we're being looked at, so I'm just going to leave that be. We can't go out that door anyway. Okay, so let's just... Yeah, we'll travel back. Alright, there's some more that we can look for. And I think the first thing I want to do is come over this way.
Working in your circus?
The circus? Let's talk to Klaus.
Stinks of cheese between his piggy toes.
How dare you? What in the hells is all of this?
A necessity, good sir. The Steel Watch loves pretending sweet Rivington doesn't exist. So we have decided to protect you, dear patrons. No need to thank us. You'll be allowed in once I've done this batch. Next! Hello, hello, and welcome to the Circus of the Last Days, the finest extra-planar circus there is.
A circus? Can we go?
Yeah, I'd like to enter the circus.
Not a problem, dear patron. Benji just has to check if you're a vicious murderer. Benji?
Blood! Tasty blood! So delicious!
Oh, well, that's a first. Usually I'd allow you in, but in these times, I can take no chances. Move along. No circus for you.
We can try to get our rogue deception. Can't really intimidate all that well, although it's the exact same. Used to be a killer, but I've reformed my ways. We get an advantage on that, and a little extra. I mean, we beat the roll. We rolled a 1 with the other one.
Oh, damned if I'm not a sucker for big eyes and a heartfelt plea. Very well. Welcome to the Circus of the Last Days. Have fun, and be sure to catch the star of our show, Dribbles the Clown.
Okay. Boom. We've made it to the circus. There's a few things to do here for us, if I remember correctly. I don't want to say for sure. I know one of them involves this. Another involves... I believe it's someone right over here. And then the main thing is over here. So, It's been a minute since I've done this, so I'm trying to recall. There is something around here. I think it's a chest. Something that I'm looking for. But I'll come back to that later. Try to get to the main thing I do remember. There's a clown's severed hand just laying about. Yeah. This is the person we're looking for. Now, we're gonna try this.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Better be cautious. Softer than a whisper.
Okay. Oh. I'm just gonna make a little quick save here.
That's a friendly looking shadow.
Now, I may
should mind my step.
Need to be invisible for this. Maybe. Do we still have any invisibility potions? Okay.
Can't risk being in open view.
Spell my gloves. That's what we're looking for. When casting a spell that requires an attack roll, you can take a -5 penalty to the roll and deal an additional 1d8 damage.
What to choose? On my way.
Okay. Now, we want Gale to have those. Basically, remove the little extra AC for not having a shield or wearing armor. But we want Gale to have those. Yeah, so we can take -5 penalty to the roll to
Pete's
deal.
been emptying pockets around here. You might want to allay some suspicions before things get out of hand.
We'll talk our way out of this situation. Hmm. $15? Okay, let's get some guidance. And you know what? A spell that we don't normally get. Boom. Nat 20. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
You may have talked your way out of this one, but there will be no repeat performance.
Okay. Now, that was the main thing we wanted. But there is something, and I can't remember where it is here. I might have to look it up. But since we're here, I think what we can do to do the last part of this video, this episode today, is come over to the main portion of the circus. Alright, there's our save.
Buddy the dog is my very best friend. Do you know why? Why? Because with him, anything is possible. Hey!
Ooh, no. Sorry, Dribbles.
Did you hear about the scarecrow who lost a fight?
We could relax and enjoy the show. Know you've enjoyed it before.
He got the stuffing kicked out of him. Hey! Oh, you're all such good friends. I've had a wonderful time, but I have to go. Oh, well, if you insist. How about a magic trick? But first, I need a volunteer with nerves of steel and the heart of a lion. Who will it be?
Who indeed?
A bloodthirsty rush of fury engulfs you. You want to butcher the crowd, women and children alike, and soak in their innards. It is glorious.
You, my special assistant. Come on up.
I like this. We can try to do some insight. Clown's looking at you funny. What's his deal? Maybe. All right, we failed our first roll of the day. Let's use some inspiration though. Oh, that's not any better. All right, not gonna waste all of our inspiration.
You stare, but glean no ill intent from the clown. Perhaps the makeup just threw you off.
Come now! Don't be a cowardly Connie! Perhaps you need a little encouragement! Now! Up! Double sharp! Or poor Buddy here might think you don't like him.
Fine.
A round of applause for the stalwart heart!
Gotta get that round of applause.
Now, I always tell children that they're special, that each and every one of them is unique. Tell me, what makes you special?
Failed another perception roll. The blood blessing that corrupts my skull, of course.
No, it's not that silly head of yours. You, my friend, are the most special person in the circus, in all of Baldur's Gate. Does anyone know why? Why? You're special, my friend, because I have a message just for you. Praise the Absolute.
You sense something behind you. Instinct takes over.
You got that perception. It's like a Lannister sends their regards type of thing. Alright, so we can use our capability of flying to help us out. I don't know if there's a really high up place that we can get to. Actually, we could get up on the roof, but that may anger someone. You know what? Let me make a save before I make this choice. Provokes an attack of opportunity. That's fine. Get up there. Okay. Now, we sneak attack with advantage. And you know what? For the video, look at the Far Realms. Oof. 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 That was over. Way over half of his health. Alright. We missed! Really? Ugh. Alright, how about... let's get... this animal tamer is probably the next threat outside of the actual animals.
Hope this ends well.
It's prime.
Okay. Let's also split the group so they don't try to come up here after us.
Now this is my happy place.
Alright, Karlak. Let's do this. Let's throw.
Want to do it?
Alley-oop! Throw again. Bitey buddy. You know what? Take that second set of attacks and actions and whatnots. Nice. Nice. Just throw again. Oof. Double crit. Hold on a second. How much? Looking over here. Was it just 9? Okay, I thought it was 90. I was like, geez.
I've got it.
Oh, we didn't really need to move. That's okay. Alright, let's hide that.
I always knew I'd die at a
So here's where our spell might can come in. If we wanted to. You know what? Right now, if we toggle that. Yeah, it's toggle bowl. I just don't think it's, let's see. I'm trying to look if there's, I mean, it's circled and it's flashing. I assume that means that it's on, which is fine. Alright, we're gonna try to get our, fireball going. You know what? Let's resist some fire. Why not? Immune to fire damage. Probably should have looked at that. That's okay. Gale, why don't you come back a little bit? All right. Do a bit of singing. Let's come back a touch. A displacer. Or shadow whiskers. Try to charm. Save, not surprising. Critical miss, nice. Fyodor is coming in to sort of help us. Nice. Alright, Terry. Path's interrupted because of where we're at. That's okay. Let's fly back down to the stage. Now, let's see if we can... Still don't have advantage, even though... That's a shame. Okay, try the black hole right here. And not get anyone else. So it still pulled them, which is good.
Don't want to draw any attention.
I thought we could get a nice hide there, but that's okay. All right. Let's throw Shadow Whiskers. Throw it again. It's fine. Get slowed down. Which is why they're having the dash. Morphed. The doppelganger. Alright. Now is when we can really... Well... Do we want to? Nah, let's try. Little fireball here. What target is blocked? I know it's going to break our concentration. I'm fine with that. There we go. Okay. Let's see, Shadowheart, what can you do here? Let's examine. No resistances. No resistances. Okay. Yeah, we'll just try. Let's upcast this a bit. Level 3. Alright, she's got the ability to fly. Which we can do. Come up here, help Terry out a little bit. All right. We could do another black hole if we wanted. But I'm going to try to do the sneak attack here. Boom. Nice work. Okay. And then for flying, now we'll leave it. I think we're okay. I think we can still do regular attack right here on the doppelganger.
A doppelganger? At least we didn't kill a real clown in front of an audience.
Let's have a little chat with Fyodor.
Fight good. Doppelganger, not so good.
Indeed. Now back here.
In red.
There's some rusty hand axe, some bloody clothing. Let's do some searching. There's the clown hammer. Whenever this weapon lands a critical hit, both target and attacker have to succeed a wisdom throw or be affected by fits of laughter. Send it to camp. There's a face painting kit. We could paint our faces if we wanted to. I'll send that to camp. Word from the tribunal. We shall read. We see it in you. Circus has appeared. Stage, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, oh, what's... That's... There we go. So what did I press?
Please.
It's now making everyone...
Attention.
Harlack.
Nice.
Yeah, nice indeed. Alright, we're going to be resting soon anyway.
Looking ahead.
But let's give some searching. Give a little bit of search.
Something good here. I hope.
Doppelganger.
I should
We can
speak up.
talk to Lucretius.
Oh dear. Screaming children, an oozing corpse, and it's not even my birthday. Lucretius, ringmaster, necromancer, bringer of the night. Oh, and wine lover extraordinaire. It's a pleasure, darling. I thought the Absolute wouldn't dare set foot in my circus. To use such a woeful dribbles impersonator, why, it's downright rude.
Well, just last start of your show, aren't you bothered?
When you run a plane-hopping circus of ragtags and ruffians, few things faze you. Alas, I cannot afford to lose any more staff. Funerals are so very expensive. I need to move the circus, but I cannot leave just yet. Not without Dribbles. He was a star. Customers of every color and creed simply adored him. I need him back, and I'll shower the person who finds him in love, adoration, and adequate compensation. What do you say?
Yeah, let's talk payment. I'm expensive.
Huh. I can respect that. And you're in luck, because I am old, darling. Ancient. I have seen stars explode and civilizations fall. Along the way, I happened across items of such power that would make you weep with awe. Find my Dribbles. You won't be disappointed.
All right, I'll look for him.
That's the spirit, darling. And remember, I look after those who make me happy. Good luck, and thanks ever so much.
All right. So we got a clown to look for. And I need to look up the one part over there. Because there's a circus game. Let's just say it's rigged. But there's a way to kind of unrig it, and it gets you on this whole other little side thing. And if I remember correctly, it's something I want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here for right now. But before I go, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you guys later.